Hey guys, what's going on? Ethan here from 1871 Trapline. We just wanted to do a quick video today and kind of introduce ourselves to all of our awesome viewers out there and just kind of tell you who we are and what we're all about. And I say we because it's not just me here in front of the camera. There's quite a few people that are involved with everything I have going on here with 1871 Trapline that really deserve some recognition, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to kind of, without putting a face to the name, introduce some people here to you guys. So, my name is Ethan Sheets. I've been in the fire service for pretty much since I was knee-high to a stalk of grass. My grandfather was chief here of our local department for 27 and a half years, something right around there. So I grew up in the fire service, always been around emergency services. It's always been a very big passion of mine, and I always hoped to make a career out of it. And here I am at 31 years old. I'm the fire chief now of our local fire department. I have been for almost a year. I run with 2 EMS agencies here in the county that we're in. I am a former captain and still active firefighter up at Watkins Glen International Raceway with a tremendous group of people up there. I'm the local emergency management coordinator here for my local township. And for my day job, guys, I am the senior daytime dispatcher at the Bradford County 911 Center. So that's just kind of a little background about me. And I tell you that because that is how I explain to you where this name came from. So where I am right now is up on my family farm here in Bradford County, Pennsylvania, District 9 for the Pennsylvania PTA. And I lived up here for about a third of my life. I spent about 11 years on this hill, living on the family farm here. And my house address, the numerics for the road for my house were 1871. With that being said, 1871, for you history buffs out there, was also the year of the Great Chicago Fire back, I believe it was October 6th of 1871. That was kind of the first time in the history of this country that an established fire department saw a monstrous fire, and that's where the name generates, guys. 1871 Trapline. It's not only a play on the numerics of my old address here on the farm, but it's also my hats off to all my fellow first responders out there. I don't care if you're fire service, EMS, police, corrections, 911 dispatch, you cover the spectrum. All of you out there, brothers and sisters, all, same leaf, guys. We all do a similar thing. We all provide a service that I think a lot of times goes unappreciated, unrecognized, and most of all unnoticed until they notice us. So, a shout out to all of you that are watching this that may be involved in emergency services at any capacity. I know you all hold a special place in my heart, and I'm right there on the battle lines at home here with you guys. So that's the explanation of where our name generates from. I've actually got some stuff in the works with Lydia from Tight Chains Company to get us a really good looking logo for you guys, and honestly for myself, I want a logo that really shows who we are without you guys having to listen to me run my mouth. So seriously, shout out to Lydia and everything that she's doing to come up with that for us, and I really appreciate that, guys. So a little snippet here on how I got into the trapping world. I grew up obviously around here hunting, fishing, you name it, rifle season, archery season. We covered the board, hunted, fished, whatever you can hunt and fish, and, not for the sport of it, because it was part of our way of putting food on the table, guys. And honestly, it still is, especially with things being the way they are today. So the one thing I had never really given any thought to was trapping. Obviously I was familiar with what trapping was. I knew individuals that trapped, and I just never put a lot of thought into doing it myself. And then a very good friend of mine, his name is Joey Brannick of Brannick's Bone Works, right up the road here from the farm. I got him into the fire service. He came in, did a phenomenal job. I think Within less than 2 years of him joining the department, he had not only gone through his essentials in its entirety, he'd also become Firefighter 1 certified, which for those of you that don't know, that's a process, and it's something to be damn proud of, you know. So one day at the firehouse, I don't remember if it was after a training or after a call, regardless, him and I got talking, and you know, he traps and he says, why don't you come up and check some of my equipment out, and let me take you out, let me show you how to put a set in, just see if you like it. I can't believe you don't do it, you know. And so I went up there and he showed me some of the stuff he's got, and he hooked me up with a couple I couldn't even tell you, I think it was Lennon's lures, a trap, and he took me out here on a part of the farm you'll hear us reference a lot, we call the Lewis Place. It's a kind of a back 40 section of our farm here. He took me out there and we put in essentially a dirt hole set, and lo and behold, caught a coyote, and that was it, guys. I was absolutely hooked in an instant. I mean, I just couldn't wait to find out more, to educate myself more, and to learn every in and out that I possibly could about this trade. That was obviously several years ago. I think I'm on my, I don't know, 4th season now, something like that. Through my process of attempting to educate myself, I discovered a lot of, obviously, YouTube videos, short clips, long clips, things that people were doing. And in that process, I discovered Tom Orr from Mountain Men. I believe it's on the History Channel. I hope I'm getting that right. I've never actually watched the show, but if there is a Tom Orr clip on YouTube, you can bet your bottom dollar I've seen it 3 times, if not more. So on a whim, I reached out to Tom via letter, and to my surprise, he called me back. And over the course of the last couple years, we have become very good phone buddies. I try to give him and his awesome wife Nancy a call at least every 3 or 4 months, just kind of see how they're doing, and talk trapping with a guy who could really be considered one of the true masters in the country. I mean, the man is just a wealth of knowledge. He's probably forgotten more about trapping than I'll ever know. So that just really arced my fire even more in my belly to really want to get into this. I divulged myself. I learned as much as I possibly could. I watched guys on YouTube that are just incredible trappers. One of my all-time favorites, Stu Miller. I watched him just non-stop for weeks on end with Coon Creek Outdoor out there in Illinois. He is just amazing at what he does. I love his content. I love the way he presents everything. And I thought to myself, you know, I should continue to do this in a way that I present the opportunity to learn and grow alongside myself, which is something that, you know, I was fortunate enough to have somebody right next door that could take me on the journey. And I wanted to present something else out there, because there isn't too much out there, that gives some people that are coming up the opportunity to really learn this trade and kind of walk alongside somebody that's still learning it himself, guys. So I've been through a whole bunch of stuff in the last 3 or 4 seasons with my trapping. I've caught just about every type of critter you can think of that there is to catch here in Pennsylvania, and I have just had an absolute blast doing it. Now, lately, this summer I went down to Hughesville to the big Trappers Rendezvous down there in Hughesville. A whole bunch of vendors, whole bunch of different people down there talking trapping, selling equipment. It's just a great time. I knew I had to go down, and I talked my Uncle Shorty, who is the main proprietor of our property here, into going with me. And he's, you guys will find out later on, he's one of my closest friends in this whole world. Regardless of the fact he's my uncle, him and I just 2 peas in a pod kind of deal. So he tagged along with me. We went down there, and while I was down there, I was fortunate enough to run into Mr. Alan Probst from North American Trapper, and him and I got talking, and I kind of explained to him what I'm doing, my vision, and some of the things I was hoping to achieve moving forward. And apparently it must have resonated with him, because he saw fit to reach out to me a short time later, and we begun discussion on what is an ambassadorship with North American Trapper, which I am now a part of. So he reached out and said, hey, you know, I really like what you're doing. I like where you're going, and I've been thinking about adding 1 or 2 people to my end. to expand our outreach and what we're trying to do here at North American Trapper. And I just saw that as, wow, you know, what an excellent opportunity and a great idea and a great way for me to get involved, to inspire the younger generation or my generation or even the older generation, any generation of individual that's just getting into this, just learning about it, and hopefully have the passion and the drive for it that I do. And so I started making some videos and doing some things here and there, and then fortunately I went down, as you guys saw the video, and spent a day with Alan at the warehouse, which is one day of, I'm sure, many to come. And you know, just in that day alone, the amount of stuff I learned, and that's really what it's all about, guys. It's just educating the next one that's coming up, and I'm still learning myself. Like I said earlier, I still got a long way to go. I'm no master at this trade by any means, but you know, I just wanted to make a video for you guys and kind of explain to you who we are, why we are, and some of the people that I've had influence me around here. I'm so fortunate to live in small town USA. You know, I really am. And I've got individuals in town, Mike Weed, who is our local fur buyer, one of our only ones for miles and miles around. Him and I have done, you know, out of season beaver jobs for the Game Commission, stuff like that. You know, just an incredible man, selfless, wealth of knowledge. He's helped me so much. The numbers that he does for people is crazy, and I'm not talking about what he pulls off his line. I'm talking about all the pelts and fur that he fleshes and stretches and boards and sells and buys, and all the things that he does for our district, and you know, working fair booths and everything like that. He's just an incredible guy, and I'm very fortunate to call him a friend. Tim Robert from downtown here, another great one that he's, you know, one of those guys that he doesn't, you know, he just goes out and does it. He's just a true trapper. Water sets, the man is incredible, a wealth of knowledge. Obviously, my friend Joey Brannick, you know, for getting me into this and everything he does. When I skin my critters or anything like that, I'm right at his house, guys. That's, come on over, buddy. You know where the light switch is. You know, it's hard to beat friends like that. My little brother, he does a lot for me, a lot of videotaping, a lot of tagging along, trying to keep up with me on some things here, you know, so just a big shout out to him. And guys, these are just salt of the earth, hardworking people. They all got jobs, just like I have a job, just like you probably have a job. And, you know, we do this in our spare time to make sure that we're taking care of our community of critters that we have up here, and respecting the nature and the beautiful area that we live in here, guys. It's northeastern Bradford County, Pennsylvania. We're not too far from the New York State border of upstate New York. It just doesn't get much better than this. We've got, hell, we got it all. You know, there's just so much to be thankful for around here, guys. So anyways, you know, I just wanted to take the time to kind of introduce ourselves a little more formally than some of my shorts and things have been, and welcome everybody to the channel. Thank everybody for being here. It means the world to me that I get to do this in my spare time, especially considering how hectic and crazy my life can be sometimes with emergency services and everything I have going on there with that. And one more thing, guys, before I let you go, I'm posting this the day, I'm making this the day before the day, but this will be posted tomorrow, which is a week to go before our season opens up here in Pennsylvania. Our 2024-2025 trapping season opens up 1 week from tomorrow. So next Saturday, guys, it is on like Donkey Kong. I can't wait. So a little thing I want to throw in here at the end for you guys, because I appreciate how much your support means to me. 1 week to go, ladies and gentlemen, and if you are looking to stock up on some baits and lures, here is my offer to you. Thanks to Alan Probst and everything that we have going on, guys. If you get on North American Trapper and you fill your cart with a whole bunch of wonderful baits and lures, we've got everything on there, from the lures, the baits, the heritage collection from Johnny Thorpe, you name it, guys. You can find everything on there to make your season a success. And if you want some of that in your cart, once you get it in there, I want you guys to go ahead and type Sheets20. That's SHEETS 20, all caps, into the discount code. and you guys are going to get 20% off of any baits and lures that come out of North American Trapper, guys. So again, a huge thank you to Alan Probst, Mike Weed, Joey Brannick, Tim Robert, my Uncle Shorty, and especially my woman and my kids at home for putting up with me and all my nonsense of this. It's a really great thing, and I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I'm really looking forward to everything that we'll be able to send at you coming forward, guys. So thank you for being here. 1871 Trapline, guys. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you stay tuned with our channel, and check us out on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page now. So I will see y'all on down the line. I'm going to get after some things here, and I'm really looking forward to what these next couple weeks have to bring, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.